thanks for joining me again today for another Project Live Catch Up Friday video. So for today I've got week 32 for you, and I'm mainly going to be using the Calico Project Live / Documenter kit from August 2016, and this one is called Young at Heart. I'm also going to be supplementing it with another Documenter kit as well from November 2015. But mainly from the August 2016 called Young at Heart, so a very recent one. The first thing I'm doing here is I picked out the title page, the title card, 4x6 title card, which is just on the top left from the Calico kit. And I'm also using this die cut piece, which is from also the Calico kit, to say hello. And I stapled that down using my tiny attacher. The next thing I'm doing here is I am thinking about how I'm going to add my title. I decided to go with just spelling out the word 32, and I'm going to be using these alpha stickers. I think that's what they call alpha stickers from Allianwoods. So I got these from her website, and I believe they're about $3, and you get a pack, 2 sheets. As you can see there, and I think the color itself is called Olympia, I believe. So it's a light bluish color, which I think fits very well with the 4x6 card behind it. And the 3x4, the white part, the white 3x4 journaling card there is actually from Project Live, and I bought a pack of it for, I think they're $10 per pack, and then you get 100 of them. But I think I bought it when it was on sale, 40% off or something. So it was, $6. So it's pretty good value if you use a lot of it. Now I'm just spelling out the word 30, and I'm going to be using number 2, just mainly because there's not enough T in that sticker sheet there. I'm actually surprised how few T's there were, but that's okay. We'll make it work. And I'm just kind of lining that up, just making sure that it's right in the middle there before I stick everything down. I move things around a little bit, to be honest. I'm not one of those people who measure from the start. I tend to just put it on and just, if it works, it works. Otherwise, I move it around. That's okay. And so that is done. I'm going to be adding some dates there as well. So this is week 32 from 2015. So that was in August, the 3rd of August to the 9th of August 2015. I'm using the roller date stamp from Becky Higgins' Project Live as well. And the ink is it's VersaFine black ink. And I am going to be drawing a line in between the 2 dates, and just kind of cutting off the excess there using my Fiskars cutter there. And sticking that down, and that is done. Next thing I'm doing here is I want to add some journaling onto that photo, and I picked out this circle kind of die cut piece here, which is from the Calico kit. And to add some journaling, I decided to punch out another circle, which is 1.5 inches, using my Fiskars squeeze punch. I believe that's what it's called. And just sticking that down just off to the side in the corner a little bit. Mainly because that's essentially the only spot that wouldn't cover, phase or, important key features of that photo. And then I'm just adding some journaling. I am using the Precision Black Pen number 03. The pen itself, the actual pen itself that I'm using here is a Project Live Black Pen number 03, but it's the same as the Precision Black Pen. Excuse me. The next thing I'm doing here is I'm adding these arrows. I decided to add these vellum, I think they're vellum, or it's essentially like washi tape, to be honest. It's the same material as washi tape. And so I added 3 of them. And now I am adding some journaling using my Sharpie black pen. I think these are called ultra fine or extra fine black pen. And this one is actually my go-to black pen for writing on photos. It has been working really well. I like how it's quite fine, and it doesn't smell. You know, I know some permanent markers have certain smells not great, especially in a closed environment. But I didn't get that from the Sharpie black pen, which is great. And also added that piece of die cut from the Studio Calico kit as well. And now I'm thinking I want to add something onto that photo to embellish that photo. And now I'm thinking, what should I add? Looking through a bunch of chipboard pieces here, which are from Aldi with story kits. And now, what am I doing? I decided to go with this die cut piece, sticker sheet, sorry, which is from the, it's from the first story kit. Okay, so what I'm doing next. I'm thinking of adding stamping onto this 3x4 journaling card. But I decided to use the back side of that journaling card instead, mainly because it's silver embossed, and I'm one of those people who love embossed cards, so cannot let it go to waste. So I decided to stamp on that side instead, on the line part of it, and I stamped 2 stamps, which both are from the Stuff story stamp, and I am using Memento Luxe ink, and the color itself is called Love Letter. And now I'm just cleaning that up. And for some of you, it might be, wondering how it would work out on an embossed kind of surface. It worked quite well, to be honest. I mean, I don't know that you can see that in detail, but you can definitely see through it. Now, if you have a much more embossed area, I would consider using a StazOn ink instead, like, StazOn, any red or black ink. Mainly because sometimes with Memento Luxe ink, it takes a long time to dry, and, you can easily smudge it, and when it's a kind of essentially a porous area, porous surface, sometimes it doesn't dry, or it take days, which, I'm one of those people who just love putting it in the pocket straight away. So now moving on to the right side of the spread here, I am going through a bunch of cards from the scrapbook kit, from the Documenter kit, from Studio Calico. I'm also, as I said before, I'm supplementing this with a bunch of cards from the November 2015 kit as well. And the reason I'm doing that probably mainly because the back side of this spread is actually, I've used a kind of a rounded 3x4 journaling card, so rounded corner 3x4 journaling cards. I'm so confused, sorry. And I'm one of those people who, if possible, I tend to try to make sure that it matches the back side of it. So that's what I'm doing here. And if for some of you who might not be subscribing to Studio Calico, they've recently changed their journaling cards to not corner rounded, so they don't round the corner. Sorry, I'm a bit confused. I'm too tired. But yeah, so that's essentially, and that's why. But with the November 2015 one, the cards are still have their corners rounded. Now I am picking out this star piece here, which I believe is actually from the first story kit as well. So, and I just peel out the backing of it, and I am going to be stamping directly onto that star there. And I just, know, looking into what what fits, to be honest. And, you know, that you know, it has the saying that seeming, you know, that would fit there in terms of, you know, what I want to tell. And I decided to go with this stamp, which says Everyday Magic, and it's actually from the Magic Story stamp, Ali Wood's Magic Story stamp. And I used the Stays On black ink to stamp directly onto that acetate piece there. Now, just cleaning up the ink there, I did have to use the Stays On cleaner. I know that some people said that it's not good for your stamp or those kind of things, but I'm one of those people who like my stamp relatively clean when possible, so, you know, I'm okay with it. Now, I also, to adhere that star down, I use a stapler, so it's essentially I use my tiny attacher to adhere that down. Mainly because I think if you use a normal kind of rolling adhesive or anything like that, you probably will see the adhesive through that star because it's kind of slightly see-through there. Now, the next thing I'm doing here is I picked out this plastic piece, which is from an old Calico documenter kit. I can't remember which one it was, but it's the one that I left in my stash. I haven't used it. But I didn't care for the grade. It didn't pop out enough from that photo, so I decided to use some Paint Dapper, which is from Ranger, and the color itself is called Picket Fence, I believe. Yeah, Distress Paint, and the color itself is called Picket Fence. But anyway, acrylic paint would be fine there too, to be honest. Now I'm sticking down this die cut piece, which is from the Calico kit. I'm also choosing another card to go on the back of that photo there, just mainly because I believe I managed to cut it a bit too small, so it's not 3x4, it's a little bit slimmer than 3. So I decided to just kind of back it with another 3x4 journaling card. And I'm also adding another die cut piece here, which is from the Calico kit as well. Now I want to add something onto that die cut piece that says yay, but I feel like that pink heart is a little bit too big. So I decided to go with this star here, which is from I believe from the Stuff Story kit. And that is it for that photo. And now I am going to add this heart, this chipboard heart, which is from an old Calico kit that I left in my stash. And now I'm just gluing that down. I was using my roller kind of tape runner, but I wasn't sure whether it would stick down that well, so I decided to just add a little bit of some glossy accents there. Now I am just doing some journaling. Because this is essentially like a year ago, I can't remember that much about the story about that day. But I mean, I can see from the photos, and I can remember, you know, was it a Saturday or Sunday? But I didn't have much to say, so I decided here to just keep it quite short and just kind of I did my journaling just in one kind of in an alignment in a narrow kind of column there. And the next thing I'm doing here is I'm also adding some journaling onto this card, talking about the photo above it. So talking about the photo of the 2 burgers and some loaded fries, which I thoroughly enjoyed. So, and now I am gonna add some of these die cut pieces. I don't normally embellish my 3x4 journaling cards this way, but I kind of want to try something different. It came in the kit. If I don't use it now, I probably won't use it, so I thought I want to try it. It looks a little bit plain anyway, so there you go. I just add some flowers and there's a tree there, so that is it for that card. And now I'm just waiting for the paint to dry with this one. I just dab it with my baby wipe, just making sure that there's no excess paint there. and I think I waited for like an hour or so, and so I'm just back to add some glue there. It's a little bit damp still on the top, but it's fine to touch now. So. And that is essentially it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Here are some close-ups. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed it. And if you want YouTube to let you know when my next video comes out, please subscribe. And I hope you have a great day. Bye!